Welcome to the Deep Dive. I'm Lunaria Selene, your intuitive guide. We're here bridging celestial wisdom.
And I'm Solarian Zephyr, your cosmic strategist. We aim to unlock your modern path, help you discover those guiding starlight insights.
And really explore the powerful cosmic energies around you. So the big question today is, how do these planetary transits shape your specific story?
Especially if you are, as we're focusing on, a Libra Sun woman with Gemini Rising.
That's exactly our focus. We're diving deep into this fascinating source material. It's titled The Gossamer Diplomat and the Silver-Tongued Strategist.
And it offers, well, just an incredible lens on your 2025. It defines your core energy blend through these really evocative archetypes. The main one, your integrated self, is called the Quantum Mediator.
The Quantum Mediator, like a living bridge.
Sure.
And the source breaks down the two key parts of that, right? Your Gemini Rising is called the Celestial Weaver Bird.
That's it, the Celestial Weaver Bird. Picture dual-flamed wings, that mercurial wit, always kind of stitching different perspectives together, translating between realms.
Got it. Quick, connective, maybe a bit restless.
Exactly. And then your core Libra Sun energy, that's the Rose Chancellor, presiding over connections, with that Venusian grace, always seeking harmony, weighing things out.
The scales. Right. So 2025, according to this, sees them working together more.
Yeah, that's the idea. The Weaver Bird, your Gemini side, is out there gathering all these threads, information, connections, ideas for the Chancellor, your Libra core, to weave into something harmonious and diplomatic.
And the Chancellor helps ground the Weaver Bird a bit.
Precisely. Tempers that restless energy with more intention, more grace.
Okay, so the combination, the source calls it the Loom of Resonance. Diplomat of dialogue, architect of social alchemy. Wow.
It's a powerful blend, and that's the foundation for understanding how these big cosmic energies are playing out for you this year.
Okay, yeah, let's get into that. Let's unpack the key planetary transits mentioned in the source. Where do we start?
Well, the source frames the whole year with this interesting quantum physics language, calling 2025 the entanglement elegy. It really highlights this dialogue between Pluto and Neptune, with Jupiter amplifying things.
Entanglement elegy. Okay, let's start with Pluto then. Pluto in Aquarius, moving through your 10th house. The source gives it a name, the Legacy Codebreaker. What's that about?
Okay, so Pluto is deep transformation,
Right.
power. Aquarius is innovation, community, the collective. And the 10th house is your career, your public life, your legacy.
Right.
So Pluto here, it's basically digging deep and breaking down old codes, old expectations around success, especially things you might have inherited or just sort of worn as a mask in your career.
And the codebreaker part connects to the Libra side, the relationship skills.
Exactly. The source suggests this transit is pushing you, urging you, really, to use your natural Libra gift for connection and harmony. Not just personally, but to actually change systems in your career or public life.
So using influence differently. Leveraging it to shift things that are outdated or don't feel authentic anymore. And it connects this to quantum entanglement.
Okay, how does that fit in? Quantum entanglement.
It's used as a metaphor, how entangled particles are linked instantly, no matter the distance. The source suggests your authentic connections, the real relational choices you make, even quietly. They can instantly reconfigure your external world, your career, your legacy in the 10th house.
So who I genuinely connect with profoundly shapes my public path this year.
Oh,
That's potent.
It really is. It puts a lot of power in your relational choices.
Okay. Now, Neptune. Neptune in Aries, 12th house. The source calls this the soul's battle cry. That sounds intense.
It is pretty intense, yeah. Neptune dissolves things. Aries is all about I am, initiation, and the 12th house is the subconscious, the hidden spiritual liberation.
The behind-the-scenes stuff. Right. So Neptune here is dissolving old patterns of self-sacrifice, especially that tendency towards people-pleasing or maybe taking on other people's dreams without realizing it. The Aries energy adds this kind of spiritual urgency, a real cry for authenticity from deep down.
So it's challenging that Libra default of keeping the peace, even if it costs you your own needs.
Exactly that.
Yeah.
And the source links this one to wave-particle duality, another quantum idea.
Okay, wave particle. How does that apply?
It's asking, are you showing up as the predictable particle, the persona everyone expects, the charming diplomat? Or are you allowing yourself to be the wave, more fluid, maybe messier, less defined, but authentically you?
So embracing sovereign vulnerability, as the source puts it, not just playing a part.
Discerning what's really your dream versus what you've absorbed. It's about reclaiming yourself from that subconscious 12th house space.
Okay, that's deep work. Let's shift to Jupiter. Jupiter in Gemini for a lot of 2025. The source calls this the resonant hearth. Sounds warmer.
Definitely warmer. Jupiter expands whatever it touches. Gemini is communication, curiosity, connection.
So initially, it's in the fourth house, home and roots.
Yeah, the source suggests that phase expands your emotional intelligence, brings more connection and, well, resonance to your home life, your foundations.
Yeah.
Jupiter just makes that inner world richer, emotionally speaking.
And then after May 25th, it moves into the fifth house. Creativity, romance, self-expression.
Yes, and this is where the resonant hearth idea really sparks. The source puts a lot of emphasis here on how your words Gemini become incredibly powerful, like spells.
Spells? Seriously?
Well, metaphorically, your communication has this amplified power to turn your home into a sanctuary and to make creativity, self-expression, even romance feel like revolutionary acts of joyful play.
Okay, I like the sound of that. Much lighter than Pluto and Neptune. One more major one the source highlights. Saturn retrograde in Pisces, third house, called karmic linguistics.
Right. Saturn is structure, lessons, reality checks. Pisces can be dreamy, boundaryless. And the third house is communication, how you think, siblings, local community.
So Saturn retrograde here. It's like a review period for communication.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
The source says it forces a restructuring of how you communicate and process things, demands clarity, discernment, getting real.
And the karmic linguistics part, is that about past patterns?
Exactly. Looking at historical patterns in your communication. Maybe times you dodged the truth, defaulted to that easy harmony instead of honesty. Saturn asks you to sort out real, truthful expression from what the source calls it toxic niceness.
Toxic niceness, oof.
Okay.
Communication that looks good but isn't actually connecting.
Yeah. Prioritizing superficial comfort over the real, sometimes difficult truth that actually builds stronger connections in the long run.
Okay, so we've got these big energies. Pluto transforming legacy via connection, Neptune dissolving self-sacrifice for authentic dreams, Jupiter expanding our words' power in home and creativity, and Saturn refining communication, demanding honesty. That's a lot.
It is. And the source doesn't just leave it abstract. It gets into how this might actually show up in your body. Somatic astrology, it calls it. Body as social symphony.
Oh, interesting. How these energies feel physically.
It gets specific. For your Gemini rising, it points to hands, lungs, nervous system, like maybe restless hands when you're processing things, or shallow breathing under pressure, feeling easily frazzled.
Yeah, I can see that. And it suggests ways to soothe that.
It does. Suggests calming practices, maybe using lapis lazuli near the throat to help channel that energy.
And for the Libra Sun, where does that show up?
Kidneys, sacrum, jaw.
Okay.
Think clenching your jaw if you're holding back opinions at Libra tendency sometimes.
Yeah.
Lower back stuff from carrying relational weight. Kidney energy related to filtering experiences.
Makes sense. And the remedy?
It suggests a gentle rose oil massage near the kidneys, something nurturing and releasing.
Okay, and what about the specific transits? How do they manifest physically according to the source?
Well, that Pluto in the 10th, the legacy codebreaker. It might show up as tension across the collarbones, like a feeling of suppressed authority or potential. Or even tingling fingertips, like untapped influence wanting to get out.
Huh. And there's a practice for that.
Yeah, simple. Tap in the collarbones 3 times, just to kind of wake up that sense of agency.
And Neptune in the 12th? The dissolving energy?
That's linked more to feeling a bit foggy, maybe a fuzzy head, cold feet, feeling ungrounded or a bit disconnected as old patterns dissolve.
Grounding makes sense then.
Exactly. The source suggests literally getting grounded bare feet on grass. Simple, but effective.
Okay. And didn't the source mention Mars in Cancer too? A specific period?
Yes. July 20th to September 4th calls it emotional semaphores in the body, like your body's sending signals.
Signals about what?
About unexpressed emotions, particularly related to keeping the peace versus speaking your truth. It mentions things like heat behind the sternum if you're holding back, or clammy palms if you're feeling anxious about rocking the boat.
Wow, very specific physical cues.
And for that, it offers a practice. Clasping your hands together and repeating a mantra. My voice is my sanctuary.
My voice is my sanctuary. I like that. Physically and verbally claiming your truth.
Exactly. It's fascinating how it maps the cosmos onto the body like that. Then the source shifts gears a bit, providing context through historical synchronicity.
Ah, like examples of other Libra Sun, Gemini Rising people.
Yeah, showing how this specific energy blend has shown up before in people who made a real impact.
Who does it mention?
It points to women who really balanced that Libra grace and diplomacy with sharp Gemini wit. Eleanor Roosevelt is a key example.
Oh, right. How so?
Calls her the diplomat chronicler. Her Gemini rising fueled all her writing, those My Day columns, while her Libra Sun navigated tricky political waters with what the source calls tactical compassion. Her words became tools for justice.
Tactical compassion. Interesting phrase. Who else?
F. Scott Fitzgerald is mentioned Libra Sun, strong Gemini, calls him the Great Gatsby's architect. Gemini capturing the fast, fragmented jazz age vibe, Libra seeking beauty within it, social critique wrapped in style.
And Sylvia Plath, also Libra Sun, Gemini Rising.
Yes, the razor-edged poet. Gemini providing that fierce intellect and linguistic skill to dissect things, while the Libra Sun, the source notes, still crave some kind of harmony even amidst the pain. Truth-telling is a kind of radical art.
These examples really bring the archetype to life, show its potential.
They do. And then the document gets practical again with interactive elements, ways for you to actively engage with all this in 2025.
Like exercises or prompts.
Exactly. It includes pause and reflect questions for key astrological moments. Things like, where is my inner weaver bird just skimming the surface when my inner chancellor needs deeper connection?
Helping you check in with those two parts.
Or thinking about Pluto. What legacy costume do I need to shed? Or with Saturn, how can my words build bridges without silencing my truth? They make you apply the concepts directly.
That's useful. Does it offer rituals too?
Yes, a specific ritual blueprint called Weaving the Golden Dialogue, suggested for the Libra new moon around September 2025.
Weaving the Golden Dialogue. What does it involve?
It sounds quite lovely, actually. Braiding silver cords for duality, wrapping them around rose cords for heart-centered harmony, writing an intention, using a bell for sacred space, placing it under your pillow. A very tangible way to work with that Loom of Resonance energy.
And there was an embodiment exercise too.
Breath of the Social Alchemist. It's a breathing technique and posture to use before social situations, helping you channel both the Gemini curiosity and the Libra grace.
Okay, practical tools. The source also mentioned cultural resonance, seeing the archetype in movies or art.
Yeah, it just helps you spot the energy in familiar places. Like Amelie, her quirky observations are very Gemini, but her matchmaking is pure Libra connection.
Or Elizabeth Bennet, sharp wit, strong opinions, Gemini, but driven by those Libra ideals of romance and fairness.
Right. Regina Spektor's song Us is mentioned too, quirky Gemini lyrics carrying that deep Libra empathy. And Magritte's painting, The Lover's Libra Romance, but veiled, suggesting maybe Gemini's complexity or the challenge of true connection.
It helps to see it reflected like that. Okay, then the source lays out timelines, future forecasting. 3 timelines in the lexicon. What are these?
They're presented as potential paths for 2025 based on how consciously you engage with your Gemini and Libra energies. 3 ways it could play out.
Okay, what's the first one?
The social butterfly. This is leaning too heavily into the surface Gemini. Flitting about, novelty over depth, avoiding emotional stuff. Charming, but maybe shallow.
And the outcome of that path?
The source describes it as feeling lonely, even when surrounded by people. Potential feeling unfulfilled. Calls the vibe a library of beautiful, empty books. Ouch.
Yeah, ouch. Okay, second timeline.
The porcelain peacekeeper. This is overdoing the Libra side, but in an unbalanced way. Suppressing your own truth to keep things smooth, tolerating stuff you shouldn't, maybe losing yourself.
The toxic niceness trap again.
Could be part of it. The outcome here is resentment building up, feeling stuck creatively, relationships lacking realness. The source calls this resonance a gilded cage with perfect acoustics. Looks nice, sounds nice, but you're trapped.
Okay, so not ideal either. What's the third integrated path?
That's the Loom of Resonance. This is the goal. Actively choosing courageous conversations, balancing the Gemini truth with Libra fairness, using your unique gifts to actually shift things, leading with vulnerability and authenticity.
The diplomat of dialogue, architect of social alchemy we talked about earlier.
Exactly. And the outcome here, the source says, is powerful. Healing communities, becoming a real beacon of transformative dialogue. The resonance is described as a tapestry where every thread sings truth in harmony.
That sounds like the path to aim for.
Definitely presented that way. And the source wraps it all up with a really potent oracle's invocation, a direct address.
To me, as the Libra Sun, Gemini Rising listener.
Yes, it says, Libra Sun woman with Gemini Rising, 2025 is your sacred dialogue. You are not choosing between the Quill Gemini and the Scales Libra. You are the living lexicon where social alchemy becomes revolutionary art.
Wow, okay. That's quite a statement.
It is. And it recaps the main themes: Pluto burning away the performative stuff in your career, Neptune dissolving that harmony martyr pattern.
And Jupiter making home a sanctuary and play revolutionary.
And then it gives you this specific invocation, suggesting you touch your throat for Gemini, feel rose light in your palms for Libra, and declare.
I speak beauty into being. I weave truth with grace. My words are bridges where justice takes root.
Powerful, right? Really sums up the potential of that Loom of Resonance archetype. The source also lists some key 2025 activations. Dates to watch.
Oh yeah, like what?
May 25th. Jupiter enters Gemini, your 5th house. Great time to consciously start creative collaborations. Then June 1st to 20th, Mercury retrograde in Gemini. Perfect time to review those communication patterns.
Okay, good to know. What else?
September 21st, roughly. Libra new moon. Ideal for that golden dialogue ritual. November 19th, Saturn retrograde ends. Things should feel clearer, communication-wise.
And December.
December 24th, Pluto goes direct in Aquarius. The significant point in that whole legacy transformation piece.
Okay, so weaving all this together, reflecting on the source, the gossamer diplomat and the silver-tongued strategist, that oracle's invocation, the timelines, it really leaves you thinking.
It does. And maybe the final thought, drawing from that invocation, is this. How can your unique way of speaking, blending that Gemini truth-telling with Libra grace, how can that not just build bridges, but actually become the foundation for real change, for justice taking root in your world this year?
That really is the question, isn't it? How will you embody the Loom of Resonance? As our deep dive into the wisdom of the gossamer diplomat and the silver-tongued strategist concludes, we really hope this exploration has illuminated aspects of your unique path for 2025.
And if you feel called to dive even deeper, the source material does mention the option of a personalized audio reading focused just on your chart.
That's right. You can request your email audio reading now. Just find the link in the description below for all the details on how to do that.
And while you're there, explore all the episode resources and other links we might have mentioned today. Everything you need is waiting for you there.
Ignite. Think. Become. Kim.
Subscribe for more Starlight Insights. And thank you so much for joining us for this deep dive into your cosmic year.